Hello again. The last Blue Star match of the season looks set to provide a fitting climax. It's third-placed Newcastle United against fourth-placed Arsenal. And it's been a week of celebration for both clubs. Peter Beardsley completed the perfect homecoming by winning the Hennessy Cognac North East Football of the Year award. It was the same title he'd won back in 1987 during his first Newcastle spell, except this time he had the challenge of Andy Cole, who had to settle for the runners-up position. 24 hours later, Kevin Keegan and Arthur Cox were the toast of Tyneside in Newcastle Brown Ale, of course. Keegan announced a 10-year commitment to United, his old manager was brought in to help, and Newcastle Breweries backed the club to the year 2000. That same night in Copenhagen, Alan Smith fired Arsenal to glory as the Gunners overcame the odds and Italian giants Parma to lift the European Cup Winners' Cup. So now Britain's latest European champions give Newcastle the chance to end a marvellous season in style.
I think it's a tremendous last game. I mean, I don't think anything should be taken away from it. We're the teams that have fought really all season, for the last half anyway, for the third place. And obviously, from my point of view as manager of Newcastle, I'd like us to finish off in style. We had a great season, but last Saturday at Sheffield United wasn't really us. And I would hate to end the season on another note like that. It was a long old time before there's another game to put it right. So we'll give them a guard of honour. We'll give them the respect they deserve. But obviously it's a game we desperately want to win to prove to everybody we are the third best side in this country this year.
Arsenal might be wise to think twice before taking the lead. Aston Villa tried that in Newcastle's previous home game. Then Paul Bracewell led a devastating response. A 5-1 thrashing of a team that's already clinched a European place next season was impressive indeed. Now Kevin Keegan's team will want to sign off for the summer with another performance to remember. So it's Newcastle against Arsenal next on the Blue Star match.
What makes a Geordie a Geordie? A passion for football.
Aye.
An appreciation of fine foods.
Aye.
Get on.
Calm down.
A generous spirit. And a fine sense of humour. And, of course, a love of Newcastle exhibition. Cracking stuff. So, what are we left with?
All right, my son, how's it going? Might mind a pint of fizzy? Been ducking and diving, dodging a dibble. Here.
What a way to end a season, and Newcastle United, who've received so much applause in this ground today, offer their salute to Britain's latest European champions. Terrific atmosphere here at St James's Park. The applause for the Newcastle team. Look at those black and white shirts in the stands, let alone the ones out there on the pitch. And Newcastle forming a guard of honour, the whole squad, including the injured. You can see Lee Clark down there. And here come the Arsenal. They won the European Cup Winners' Cup the hard way in Copenhagen. And they're getting a really good reception from the Newcastle fans. A team of such contrasting style, perhaps, to Newcastle United, but the St James's Park fans recognise the success when they see it, and surely most people in British football will be delighted to see a European trophy coming to England, and that in itself will be good news for Newcastle and boost our European status. For the teams now, well, just one change for Newcastle in their last game of the season. Paul Bracewell misses out this time. He's patched himself up and got himself through more games than he probably should have done, but he's out of this one, and he is replaced by Steve Watson wearing 19. Mike Jeffrey is also among the substitutes today, along with Mark Robinson and, of course, keeper Mike Hooper. For Arsenal, 3 players are rested or missing from the side that won so impressively in midweek, of course, in Copenhagen. David Seaman, who carried damaged ribs there, Kevin Campbell and Paul Merson are all missing. And Eddie McGoldrick comes in, Alan Miller comes in for a rare appearance in goal, and of course the man who had to sit and suffer, Ian Wright. 34 goals this season, he's back, and the inevitable comparisons will of course be made with Newcastle's Mr. 40 goals, Andy Cole. Wright, of course, who was a former teammate almost, or squad mate anyway, of Andy Cole, when Cole started his career down at Highbury. And surely Andy Cole would relish the chance to make his mark this afternoon against the club for whom he only made the 1 appearance as a substitute, and he then found himself on his way to Bristol City. So Andy Cole, I'm sure, would relish the chance to sign off the season with a goal against the club who turned their back on him, so to speak. But Arsenal have gone on from strength to strength since Cole's days there, and nothing has gone wrong either for Andy Cole himself. And I'm sure every Newcastle fan will be absolutely delighted that George Graham did not think he was a part of Arsenal's long-term plans. Peter Beardsley, the North East Footballer of the Year, crowned on Tuesday night in the Hennessy Cognac Awards, and just one of the tributes that's been made to him on this sensational season back on Tyneside. Well, at least the reconstruction workers given that famous flag an appropriate place to be hung. It does cause the odd safety problem, according to the safety officers, but it's there to decorate the stand. It's a change of referee this afternoon. We have Roger Dilks from Mossley. It's the last appearance for this turf today at 6 o'clock. It's going to be lifted, cut up and sold to supporters who like to buy a square yard of history and maybe have their own private St James's Park in their own back garden. We're off and running, both teams in their normal strip. Arsenal in red and white, not their change yellow and blue. So everything looks absolutely proper for a really terrific end to the season. 3rd position against 4th position. Unless, of course, Arsenal can pull off a 7-0 win, in which case they might go above Newcastle into 3rd place. They did it in Liège in the Cup Winners' Cup, achieving it this afternoon. I think they will know more than anyone, a rather more difficult prospect. Ian Selly there, getting an early knock. Selly, one of the reserves who came in and performed heroics. Oh, it was a good old clattering that with Watson, I think. And Selly landing awkwardly there and getting right at the base of the spine. Selly came in and did a terrific chasing job in midfield against Palmer. And Arsenal were key midfield men down. John Jensen and David Hillier both missing. And it was the Sellys and Morrows of this world who had to pull out the stops. Arsenal's young players taking their chances very much the same way as Alan Nielsen here, and the Newcastle players who've come in and showed what they can do when the first choice professionals have been absent. Alan Miller, for so long David Seaman's understudy, never getting a shout of first team action. His 2nd game of the season in the league. Cole with a little layoff there. Eddie McGoldrick is right, quickly marked by Nielsen. Real test for Alan Nielsen this afternoon. Cole cut out by Davis. Typical Adams challenge that. Cut out by Watson though for Venison in the right back position today. Will Fox cutting inside. Cole Angled ball looking for Fox to continue his run, but Bold broke it up. McGoldrick back for Dixon. Smith scored that goal, of course, won the Cupwinners' Cup. Now Dixon. McGoldrick had made a good run. Smith working hard for it. These two teams may have contrasting reputations for playing styles, but both George Graham and Kevin Keegan very much disciples of the work ethic in midfield. Newcastle, a team who are prepared to always work and compete for the right to play their football. Here's Robert Lee, a terrific second half of the season in particular. He's had one cut out by Ian Selly. McGoldrick offering the wide option. Smith the target ahead of him. Had a sprint to take that one. Back for Dixon. Wright and McGoldrick were both too far forward. Alan Nielsen had an extended run next to Aaron Peacock with the succession of injuries to Robbie Elliott and of course Steve Howie. Selly can turn, not for long. Beresford, Watson, Venison, Morrow cut that one out. Back for Peacock. Venison. Patient passing going on here, and good work by Robert Lee, who turned Paul Davis well. Lee forward for Cole. Adams straight away signalling to the referee that was a dive. Tony Adams, the skipper, who's turned all those jibes around in the last year or two. Great cross run there, and there's the signal from Adams as to what he thought about it. Goldrick with the header on. Goldrick signed from Crystal Palace for the closed season. Peacock having a run here. Peacock really carrying it into enemy territory. Out wide is Rule Fox. Plenty of shirts in the middle of both colours, and in the end it drifts away harmlessly for a goal kick. Scott Sellers always looking to make up ground from those wide positions on the left side of midfield. Very good to get in and try and sneak in on the blind side, and also providing so much of the service in from his own flank. Beresford and McGoldrick. McGoldrick keeping tight on Beresford, but Newcastle get the throw. Beresford. Now it's Sellers. Lee's made a great run through the middle. This is Lee. Didn't quite get the bounce of the ball he might have been looking for, but that's a classic Robert Lee position. The last few weeks we've seen him move forward from a central midfield role, take these sort of deliveries in his stride, but that one bounced awkwardly and he sliced it well wide. Bold. Winterburn. It's a poor one, cut out easily by Rule Fox, but given away again to Winterburn. I say the pitch looks in remarkably decent condition, considering the surface that they had in January, February, even if it is its last game as well. Alan Smith losing out. Fox has come very deep for this. Looking for Cole. Beardsley beaten by Morrow. Flag up for offside, acknowledged by the referee, but Mr. Dilks playing the advantage. Beardsley just miscuing with that one. But Beresford in so quickly to turn that one to his own advantage with Dixon caught out. Beautifully let run by Andy Cole. Miller's come for it, but he sole bowled a superb dummy then. Let the ball do the work, and it certainly opened up the way to goal. Really is full of tricks. Peacock underneath it. Davis trying to follow up. Morrow does. Smith brings it down. Paul Davis out wide from McGoldrick. Wright is in the middle. Didn't reach him. Beresford cut out by Dixon, but Venison, the other number 2, can play this one out. And into touch because there's been another injury. Might be Watson again. Just have a look at that chance from Newcastle and Andy Cole. Lovely bit of thinking and footwork, but Miller just able to come out and collect it. Cole just adjusting his tie-ups. Watson is okay, ready to resume, and sportingly thrown back to Cernicek. Terrific way to end the season. Both teams have every cause to look back on a season of success, though no doubt Arsenal will want to have finished higher up the league by their standards. Newcastle, their real goal is that place in Europe, which Arsenal have already secured, of course. But for both teams, it's been rich in promise. Now they can put on a finale. Hopefully Arsenal will be caught into the general mood. Newcastle always looking to go forward. Davis. Winterburn. Back for Morrow. And Bold. Sellers back for Beresford. Out of play. Dixon with the throw. Right as a target, but chose McGoldrick. Nielsen, Peacock lets it through his legs. Or Cernicek. Now Venison. Fox. Peacock. Sellers. Beresford. Cole with rather more space than you might have expected. Dixon could cut that out. Watson gets it straight back again. Sellers on the outside. Watson still going. The tackle needed to be positive from Adams. Fox chases it out wide.
Stephen Tiffin, who works for Newcastle United, to report to me reception.
Smith. Morrow had to stretch. Outside of the boot. Peacock cuts it out. Davis. Selly. Square for Dixon. Right. Shunted out of play by Watson. Just doing enough there. He's starting to settle into that midfield role, Steve Watson. Ian Wright off the pitch getting a little bit of treatment at the moment. Scott Sellers has the ball. Smith able to just cut that one out, and Venison shrugging him off. Powerful work that by the Newcastle number 2. Here's Andy Cole, and Lee out wide for Fox with a chance to cross. Bold is there. Fox. Venison, but Paul Davis cuts it out. Morrow. Lee looking to turn his man. Davis wouldn't let him. Venison again in strongly, but Miller can take that one. Side there. Winterburn. Smith. Right. Venison pumps it forward. Cole and Adams there together. Adams got the head to it. Selly just tucking it square for Dixon. McGoldrick. Brought down there by Beresford. Free kick to Arsenal. Here's McGoldrick. Lost his own control a little bit there. Beresford right through his man. Morrow. Davis. McGoldrick. Dixon. Dixon going through a couple of challenges there. Davis. Morrow. Winterburn. Smith is down the line. Morrow again. Arsenal putting quite a few passes together there, but without really making significant headway into the Newcastle defence. Beardsley. Newcastle throw. "15 minutes gone. Still it's 0-0. Good passing. Either side really able to test the keepers so far. Robert Lee. Venison. And that one goes through to Alan Miller. Both teams do like to pass the ball through the midfield when they get the chance. Arsenal certainly had very few opportunities against Parma. Spent long periods just chasing the game with no possession at all. Newcastle always combine their passing movements with a sense of directness and adventure. Ready to pass their way first time through defences rather than just hold control in midfield. And Miller there just humping that one into the padded seats. Venison. Fox. Forward for Smith, who tried to lay it off the right. Nielsen. Nielsen turning again. Forward for Lee, who knew Venison was there and found him. Cole, the central target up ahead, but it's Venison who's got it back again from Beardsley. Adams is there. First time in by Lee. Miller will have to watch this one with Sellers coming in, and he does so. And quickly down for Dixon to break. Goldrick's gone to support right, but it never reached either of them. Now it's Sellers. Cole's got a yard or so through the middle again. Adams gets to the ball when it mattered. Beardsley now trying to dispossess Dixon. But it was enough to give Cole the ball. Fox arriving, still with Andy Cole, looking for Fox, and Watson! Alan Miller was wrong-footed there, and if Watson could have got any real pace on the ball, he might well have found the Arsenal goalkeeper out of position. Beardsley's challenge eventually got the possession for Cole. He got the ball into the middle looking for Fox, half cleared by Winterburn, and Miller just had to scamper a little bit, but it was well wide. The injury now is to Lee Dixon, the fullback. Arsenal's 58th game, which is about 10 more than Newcastle. Maybe they're carrying the scars of that. Newcastle won't break the 50 barrier in competitive matches this season, perhaps to their regret, reflecting rather more early exits from the two cup competitions than they might have expected, and certainly than they would have wanted. Even so, Newcastle have had more than their share of injuries. It really is a squad game these days, as I'm sure Newcastle's summer activities might well reflect. Davis, down for Selly, for Goldrick. Back for Dixon to turn. I'd say Arsenal have done their usual job on the game and certainly taken all the pace out of it. Kept it rather static. Newcastle unable to really open up any room for their football in a quite heavily congested midfield. White and McGoldrick now up alongside Smith, but Arsenal not exactly rushing through this. And they wouldn't have expected the generous applause when they took to the pitch to last much beyond kick-off. Dixon. Beresford straight at Nielsen, but he got away with it. Davis, the nod down there for Morrow. Flicked on for Wright. Wright can get to it first. Cernicek did well, stood up straight and could push it away. First test for Cernicek, for either keeper for that matter. Wright, when given half a yard, was very quick to try to exploit it. Here's Bold. Just nipping through the gap then. Cernicek coming out and standing up rather than spreading himself, which enabled him to beat that one away. Adams getting Miller backpedaling with that one. And eventually had no choice but to juggle it and play it away. Maybe on the last game of the season you can afford to smile. Well, Beardsley's turned beautifully. Good covering tackle, though, by Tony Adams. Suddenly, Beardsley just came alight, pulled away from the markers. Venison knocking that ball in. There was Beardsley, exploded a yard or so, and Adams very quickly across to block the danger. But Beardsley was just electric over that first yard or two. Peacock trying to get ahead to it, but Bold got there. Now Lee out wide for it to be delivered again. Sellers in. Nielsen and Watson, and that one way off target. Right, header on, looking for McGoldrick, but it was out wide where Beresford was. Dixon in quickly to stop Sellers getting possession. Dixon tackling sharply there. Nielsen. Dixon. McGoldrick, and foul given against McGoldrick. Arsenal lost their 19-match unbeaten Premiership run against West Ham at Highbury last Saturday. Didn't spoil their European mood, of course. Newcastle have won 6 out of the last 7 at home. Interesting to note that of their 3 home defeats, 2 of them have been against London clubs. Spurs on the opening day and Queen's Park Rangers. And the other team to win here was, of course, Southampton. Beresford carrying that too much, and Selly nipped it in there. McGoldrick and Selly, Watson, Sellers getting the better of Dixon, who's caught well out of position. Morrow covering diligently, but still conceding a corner kick. A chance here, perhaps, midway through the first half, just over the midway mark, for Newcastle to test Alan Miller. Sellers thinks about it. Beardsley had come short. Sellers knocking it in. Peacock was up there, so too was Bold. Lee's come across now, did well to find Sellers, who can still get the crossing. Good work, good ball in for Peacock. Peacock, good effort. Peacock still to open his Newcastle account, but showing some smart footwork there to open up the way for a shot at Alan Miller. Only half cleared by Adams, and Peacock knocked it into the space and hit it first time. Miller down well. Nearly a first for Darren Peacock. Venison knocking it deep. Bold gobbles it up, but Fox picks up the loose ball. Venison again can start off another move. Beardsley wants it, but it comes with Cole, and they both left it for each other. And instead it's McGoldrick in possession. Wright just drifted offside in his haste to get the other side of Alan Nielsen's marking. Ian Wright, a modest 34 goals by Cole standards. Beresford. Watson has Selly covering. A lot of support for him. Doesn't need it, but the cross rather overhit, and Miller can watch it float across his 6-yard box and away for a goal kick. 25 minutes gone. Newcastle United 0, Arsenal 0 in this final match of such an eventful season. Newcastle looking for a 14th home win. Blackburn have hit that figure in the Premiership. They've still got one more game to go. The Sunday fixture against Ipswich. The top 4 places sorted out, all but real quirks of fortune. Winterburn taking it quickly for Dixon. Selly. Now Cole, that one has fallen for Andy Cole. Fox making up ground on the right. Here's Raul Fox. Lee is through the middle. A load of red and white shirts there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them have got back, plus the keeper. Now it's Venison. Fox has got out wide, and Winterburn has given him a yard. Fox gets the ball into the middle. Half cleared. Miller gets down. Cole's effort. Beardsley pulled it wide. Definitely the closest to a goal. Beardsley will probably be disappointed by his 23 goal standards. Cook did well there. Venison too, and Fox. Plenty of good movement by Newcastle. Fox looked up. Hit a dangerous cross that was knocked in there. Cole so quick to get an effort in. Miller responding sharply as well, and Beardsley pulling it wide. He'll be disappointed. Cole on his way back from that move. Offside. Tony Adams. Goldrick couldn't jump. Smith can only find Beresford. Him under pressure though. Lee, Venison, nice work by Newcastle. Lee supporting the defence and giving them the option to play the ball out. Back for Cernicek, who's only had that one real effort for Ian Wright to deal with. Bold. Venison. Beardsley. Looking for Cole, who's got a yard. Sellers is ahead of him. And again, 3-4 red and white shirts around the ball. Peacock and Smith. Peacock penalised. Adams for McGoldrick. Venison. Turned by Lee. Looking for Beardsley. Dixon under it. Davis. Falling for Fox and Cole. Cole trying to open a way through, but again, 2-3 players now. The crowd saying that was a back pass. Referee Roger Dilks not agreeing. Can be down to interpretation. Mr. Dilks not interested in that one. Beresford. Beardsley down for Cole. Cole with the room to shoot. Great save, Miller. That was more like it. He gave Cole a yard or two. Miller probably saying it's really not wise to do that. Fine ball in. Beardsley's challenge opened him up. Nobody was marking him. Fired it in. Miller did well again. Cole really bringing the best out of Alan Miller. And for a man who so rarely gets the chance, he's certainly doing his best to impress. Davis with a dangerous flick there. McGoldrick wanting the ball to run on. And Newcastle don't let that happen, nor does Beardsley, but Morrow finally flicked it away and right now picks the ball up for Arsenal. Ball to Selly, squeezed between Peacock and Venison. Good cover there by Barry Venison, allowing Peacock the chance to recover. And Venison winning the throw for Newcastle. Dixon nodding it back for McGoldrick. Smith, Wright again. Nice turn by Wright and again. Wright still going, but Watson stuck to it. It was Newcastle's turn to have 3 men around the ball and around a dangerous forward. Nielsen. Watson. Lee. Winterburn back for Miller. Lee. Just under 6 minutes left in this first half as Lee gets a chance to have a run. And again, lifting the drive too high over Alan Miller's goal. Lee striding into the space for himself, lining up the shot, but always underneath it. Miller, 24-year-old from Epping in Essex. Beresford waltzing past Selly, cutting out Davis there. Bringing Fox in, Venison is wider. Fox for Cole, offside, and off target in the end as well. We've got quite a record here at St James's Park. We've won 6 of the last 7 games here, so Newcastle are well overdue a win. It's been a while though since they've met a Newcastle side in quite the form of this one. Newcastle have won 35, Arsenal 13. 12 games have been draws between the two clubs here. November 1988, the last time Arsenal were at St James's Park. And Arsenal won 1-0, with a goal scored by Steve Bold, a rarity in itself. It was in the bad days for Newcastle. A dreadful sequence there, winning only 12 of the opening 15 games of the season. Arsenal, on the other hand, won the title that year. The odds are rather more evenly balanced these days. Venison knocking it forward for Watson, who made the run. Watson getting the other side of Bold and getting to the middle, and again Miller handling well. Well, for a man who's watched an awful lot of football from the bench, his handling has been very sharp indeed. Forward now by Winterburn, looking for Smith. One of them skimmed off Nielsen but didn't fall for right. Beresford picked it up and brings it forward. Goldrick trying to get through between the central defenders, shoving Nielsen out the way. Still has him to beat, though. Cernicek can take his time with that one. Beresford. Sellers. Fox turning well. Fox having a run at goal here. Beardsley takes over cleverly. Sellers making a run through the middle, and again Miller spot on with his handling. Good movement there. Beardsley peeling off from the front men to suddenly take over and lift the pace of the move, clipping the ball into the middle where Sellers was trying to make up the ground, but well fielded by the keeper. Smith with a little knock on, and Wright trying an adventurous effort from that position, wasting no time firing the ball goalwards, but really was asking an awful lot to try and hit the target, let alone beat Cernicek. Final minute of the first half. Venison. Cole keen to get a yard, but the pass through by Harry Venison was a yard or two over hit. Venison finishing the season as a fullback after a very successful spell in central defence. Telling me the other day, forgotten how much running you have to do at fullback compared with being in the middle of the back four. It's a half-time score, not quite the end-of-season festival we were looking for. No goals, and Cole perhaps getting the best chance, but finding Alan Miller in the Arsenal goal in very solid form indeed. So plenty of midfield control and poise from both these teams, but at half-time we have no goals. It's Newcastle United 0, Arsenal 0. And on the Blue Star match, coming up next, we've the quiz. This time we've got an interesting one from Pavel Cernicek. Join us again after the break.
Bubble, bubble, bring it on. Bubble, 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 bubble,
Having rain run right down the back of your neck might spoil your enjoyment of McEwen's lager. Let's hear it for Hats.
Chance, couldn't quite get to it. It's McDonald who got it in. To Hibbett. There's McDonald. Smith. Junior score. With the throw.
Gowley, it's a goal! What a lovely goal and another great start in the 5th minute.
Hello, how are you? I'm Paf. I'm looking forward to give you some questions. So here's the first question. Za který tým jsem hrál? Sorry, I know you don't speak Czech, so first question is which team I did play before I came to Newcastle? A is Baník Ostrava, B is Sigma Olomouc, C is Brno. Was it A, Baník Ostrava, B, Sigma Olomouc, or C, Brno? Okay, here's a question 2. Which other Premiership goalkeeper was my teammaker in Czechoslovakia? A was Luděk Mikloško, B was Jan Stejskal, C was Ivo Viktor. Was it A, Luděk Mikloško, was it B, Jan Stejskal, or was it C, Ivo Viktor? And the final question is, which team was champion last season in Czech Republic? A was Slavia Prague, B was Dukla Prague, and C was Sparta Prague. Was it A, Slavia Prague, B, Dukla Prague, or C, Sparta Prague? Good luck for the quiz, enjoy the rest of the game, and have a nice holiday.
New Theakston Draft Best Bitter in a can with the special tap stream system. It's a lot easier to take home for everyone.
Just waiting for the kick-off for the second half. Arsenal with the ball. And certainly Newcastle will be looking to try and inject a little bit more convincing pace in this game, which is rather more their own style. Smith, who's been playing the principal target role there, laying it out wide. And Morrow back here. Winterburn getting a good early touch. Arsenal conceded only 37 goals in 57 games before today, which is an astonishing record. Perhaps reflects their tightness in this game again. Only conceded 1 in 7 Cup Winners' Cup games against Standard Liège, Torino, Paris Saint-Germain, and the final against Parma. The most prolific of scorers by any means, but their defensive record really need to be. Here's Lee. Sort of man who can open up a defence with a well-timed run from midfield. Beresford quick to support as usual. Cole through the middle. Adams is there to read it again. Beardsley picks up the half clearance. Watson is out wide, but well read by Winterburn and picked up by Wright, who's always come deep to collect the ball and start moves going. Nielsen coming out on top after the collision with Selly. Beardsley. Lee looking for Fox and finding him eventually. Venison supporting. Fox. Beardsley. Beardsley scampering his way through. Beardsley. Miller. Cole. And it's in. Goal for Newcastle. Just under 2 minutes gone in the second half. And St James's Park at last has a goal to celebrate. Cole right in the thick of that one. let's just sort out the final touch. Beardsley all the way through there. Miller pushed it out. Cole back in there, and that may well go down as an own goal from Miller. Cole had the final shot. You may well count that as 41, but it was Miller in the end who helped it on its way. And Alan Miller, whose handling has been excellent in the first 45 minutes, found himself wrong-footed and could only help that one on its way. He won't fight Andy Cole for the goal-scoring right, I'm sure. Fox started it off. It was Beardsley who suddenly opened up the defence. 3 men he took out there. Miller pushed it away the first time. Cole, Dixon was there, and that was the other touch from the keeper. In the current climate, Andy Cole will say, I'll have that one, I'm sure. For number 41, the indisputed fact is that Newcastle have gone ahead after that delay for an injury. It's Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0. The game crying out for a goal. And it may well provoke Arsenal to come at Newcastle rather more and open up this game, which would not be too hard compared to the congestion of the first 45 minutes. Peacock. Venison. Venison going all the way, or trying to at least. And still they're getting stuck in there. Sellers trying to find a way through. Morrow was diving in. Davis at last sort something out for Arsenal. Certainly livened up the afternoon, right at the beginning of this second half. Beresford, Beardsley. Well worked for Watson. Watson looking to try one perhaps. Blocked by Winterburn. Now it's Nielsen who picks up the loose ball. Peacock chunking through that one with Wright trying to pick up the loose ball. Wright being dumped down by Peacock. This time Arsenal do get a free kick. Winterburn's kick, hit towards Smith, who got a little header on. Peacock nearly in trouble there. Peacock obviously felt he had to do something, couldn't just wait and hope Cernicek would grab it. In comes Bold on Cole, and in goes Morrow as well. All the way through to Miller. Paul Davis from Arsenal coming off to be replaced by another young midfielder, or a young midfielder. Davis, one of the senior players. Ray Parlour, number 23. Very unmistakable figure. A hairstyle going down a bomb on the St James's Park terraces. You can just about call them terraces these days. Smith trying to squeeze the ball forward, and only for Cernicek to try to put Adams under pressure. Adams and Cole colliding, Cole penalised, Bold wanting to take it quickly. Here's Selly, McGoldrick. Now Lee away through the middle. Lee, will he go all the way? No, he's put it out wide for Fox. Fox will have a run now at Winterburn. Bold there to cover, knock it away, but Venison is there. Arsenal throw. Harler's made a good run through the middle, but the defence came out at the right time. The young Arsenal midfielder didn't agree. Harler turning to open it up. Smith didn't really have the acceleration to have any decent chance of beating Cernicek. Lee. Cole trying to take it in his stride. Well robbed by Adams, though. Cole was just sizing up the shot when he realised that Adams had nicked it off him. Cole again. Beardsley just cut out, feels for handball. Not given. Free kick to Arsenal. Newcastle now bringing on Mark Robinson. Steve Watson, the fellow coming off, waving goodbye for another season to the crowd. But in the wars, rather, in this game. Last tackle from Selly did him no favours. Mark Robinson gets a taste of the action then. Just under 15 minutes gone in the second half, so Robinson has more than half an hour of play to enjoy. Dixon first to it, but Lee quick to regain the ball for Newcastle. Beardsley away now. Beardsley away and jinking and chipping. Oh, that would have been beautiful. A little Peter Beardsley cameo there. It was all in that one. Picking the ball up, great first touch to control it. Off the dummy, the thought, the chip, and only a yard or so off. A beautiful goal. Sellers, Beardsley, having a run at them again. Cole goes flying, but rather by colliding with Winterburn. Fox trying to get there first and just turned it on for Cole. Sellers and Beardsley square. Cole wanting to do it himself, and Bold wasn't having that. And Winterburn, rather surprisingly, plays that one behind for a corner kick to Newcastle. So, Newcastle have the corner. Sellers waiting for Peacock to get right up there to the edge of the 6-yard box. Box back for Sellers. Cole is on the far post. sun giving them a few problems. Say that very often this season. Beresford knocking it into a space, but only Miller is there. Smith, nice work to find McGoldrick out wide. Parler made a run forward. Tackle from Nielsen, but the flag on the near side was up. Parler getting a fair old bit of stick from the crowd here. Beardsley, back for Venison. Beresford now. Venison, who's pushed forward into a midfield role now in place of Watson, with Robinson coming in at the right back slot. Beardsley down for Fox now. Lee is in the middle. Fox, good tackle. Winterburn. Morrow having to work to get the ball away and get it past Venison. Plays it up the line. Wright will give it a chase. Cernicek's come miles for this one. Oh, nice work, Pavel. That'll bring cheer and a half. He's a popular character, Pavel Cernicek. He's had a very good second half of the season. Parler down there. Barry Parler, who's been greeted by cheers of "There's only one Shirley Temple." Good end of season stuff here at St James's Park. So the young man who maybe didn't expect quite the reception when he's come on, but well, in May and after this sort of a season, they're in a fairly carnival mood, the Newcastle fans. I expect he's had worse. Beardsley picking it up, and again looking so full of busy when he comes forward. Adams spread himself. Cole still going. Cole. Miller holds it. Cole would probably like to sign off his season with a rather clearer-cut goal than that one 2 minutes into the second half, which he'll probably claim anyway. I've seen far more outrageous claims this season sustained than that one. At least he did touch the ball somewhere in the move, which is more than one or two have been credited with goals have done. Not necessarily in either of these two teams here today. Peacock underneath that one, nodding it down for Robinson. Straight to Morrow. Peacock on Smith there. Beresford really streaking away. Oh, he's off like a rocket. That's a good ball to Cole, and Beresford keeps going. This could be a marvellous goal if he can do it. He's got the penalty though, surely. Dixon concedes the penalty, and Beresford gets the reward for an electrifying burst. Great 1-2 with Cole. Beresford saw the glory, Dixon saw it, and down he went. That's got Dixon a booking as well. will get the honours for this one. There'll be fights breaking out over who puts this one away. Beardsley perhaps the favourite for it, unless they're in the sort of mood to spread the honours around. Remember, Beresford got the chance last season in a game to get on the score sheet. Dixon conceding that one, none too pleased, and it will be Peter Beardsley though. So Peter Beardsley for 2-0. Had to be. When you've put away as many spectacular goals as Peter Beardsley this season, you don't turn up a gift. But the move deserved it. Beardsley, full of purpose when he ran in, and pulling it across into that far corner with Miller completely sent the wrong way. And for Peter Beardsley, it's number 24, no doubt about that one. Just coming up to the halfway mark in the second half. Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. And the skipper and the North East Footballer of the Year celebrates with yet another goal. Now Wright and Parlour. Not a bad effort there from Marshall. Getting his share of the stick from the crowd, but still showing a good break from midfield there. Wright knocking it into the space. Good diagonal run from Parlour, outside of the foot. Cernicek well positioned to deal with it. And just what the crowd were looking for. A fair share of little injuries. It's Beresford who still got that knock perhaps from the collision with Lee Dixon for the penalty. The season surely taking its toll on players. So many professionals carry an injury for so long, not wanting to sacrifice a place in the team. Here's the penalty again. Beardsley so full of busy when he comes in. Everybody would have been absolutely shocked if Beardsley had missed that penalty. Beresford not wanting to end his season a minute too early. Cernicek. Fox brought down there by Winterburn, but no free kick given. Well, with a 2-goal lead and just over 20 minutes left, time for the Newcastle fans to relax and see out the old season in a bit of style. Well, the team seems in a mood to relax. It's been far more the Newcastle we've come to expect in the second half. Once they got that goal and open out the play, it was rather more business as usual. Venison. Lee down for Sellers. Looking for Cole. Cole trying to get between Adams and Bold, and Adams defending excellently there. Venison quickly in on Morrow. Venison really doesn't look a bad hand at all when he moves into midfield. Had a stormer against Leicester in the last game of last season in midfield when they swamped everyone. He's been full-back, central defender, midfielder, skipper for much of the season, of course. Not among the Player of the Year honours, but more a player of every week. Now Scott Sellers attacking. Sellers having a run at the defence. Sellers still going. Adams either protesting innocence or acknowledging the guilt. Whatever his view, Roger Dilks, the referee, has given Newcastle the free kick and another opportunity perhaps. Sellers always deadly in these positions. He has the option maybe to go around the left-hand side of Arsenal's wall as we look at it, or as he looks at it. Venison winding up for a bit of a dig as well, and Beardsley there too. Which one will have a go? It'll be Venison. Well, Venison waiting 2 long seasons to see that net bulge. It'll come one day, he says. Not a bad effort though, just always on the up, going for that far corner. Miller not having to make a save. Robinson. Winterburn getting ahead in there. Wright got a foot to it. Peacock. A bad ball for Fox, which was imaginatively brought down, but Will Fox unable to keep it in play. Fox underneath that one. Now Fox. Beardsley. Sellers is out wide, and he overstruck that one. He was aware that Sellers had got a few yards around the back of Dixon. Times his runs very astutely from the wide positions, Scott Sellers. Peacock going up for it, but Smith nodding it on. Free kick to Arsenal. Ian Selly to take the kick. Edison sticks a foot out. What a flick from Lee. Sellers, a neat ball into who else but Peter Beardsley, running and available and looking to open up a gap. Great ball out wide to Sellers, and Beresford again has made a terrific run forward. One penalty last season was his share of the goal glory, and he's made 2 absolute lung-bursting runs to get up there into a potential scoring position. Nielsen can't get to it before Smith, but no headway there for Arsenal. 15 minutes left in this game and this season. Newcastle cruising along 2-0 up at the moment to 4th placed Arsenal. Arsenal who can't be caught. Got a Mexican wave going now. Just see it going past in the background. There it is. Well, it's just that sort of a day, isn't it? Although falls short at the end there because of the lack of stand. Venison pushing it forward, Winterburn pushing it back. Well, this wave's still going on the far side. You just watch out for it. There it is. That's a cracker as well. Probably a wave going through the Odeon Cinema as well at the moment. Everybody wanting to get in on the atmosphere. But now it's Andy Cole. Cole through the middle. Sellers wide. Fox arriving. Beardsley just hung off a little. Cole. Good tackle, Steve Bold. Miller turns it away from Sellers' cross, and Winterburn can clear the danger for Arsenal. Still with Winterburn. Good tackle, Venison. Beardsley leaves it for Lee, who leaves it for Beardsley. And Fox eventually gets there. Parler sliding in, but Peacock has it. Lee turning. Fox. Beardsley. Looking for the 1-2 with Cole. Beardsley scampering round the back there and joining the line further up. Might somebody trying to get two helpings. Beresford and Beardsley again looking for a little flick onto Beresford. Nielsen, Wright trying to get the better of Peacock. McGoldrick losing out there, Nielsen, Sellers, and off McGoldrick. There's a collision there between Beresford in the wars this time. Not sure who the Arsenal player was, but they've both got a bad crack at it. Made up the line there. Dixon probably, yep. Two fullbacks cracking into each other. Really are nasty collisions those when the heads clash. Dixon doesn't look too bad. Made a fairly stern stuff, Lee Dixon, but he really doesn't look too clever. He came off second best after that collision with John Beresford. Probably a far worse head than he had after Wednesday night. Well, he really is in problems, Lee Dixon. The referee may well decide, almost like a boxing referee, that's enough, old son. Gary Lewin, the Arsenal physio, deciding as well, best of intentions, mate, trying to battle on, but not really worth it at this stage of the season, probably at any stage.
Second substitution by Arsenal number 5.
Andy Linnigan will come on. Very experienced hand to bring in then, to do the defence. Beardsley. Parler. Wright trying to get through. Wright gets the ball. Good cover there from Robinson. Arsenal then with the corner kick. Ian Selly will take it. Linnigan, the substitute, has gone up there. Away by Venison as far as Parlour. Peacock getting to it, Linnigan getting to it. Nielsen stretching and doing enough to set Fox away and running. Nielsen. Dixon plodding his way off, looking rather shaky. Cole trying to get round Linnigan. Adams looking it forward. Now Beresford. Lee's layoff, picked up by Beardsley for Cole, Andy Cole, still Cole. To his credit, Nigel Winterburn knew exactly what might happen if he gave him any room at all. There was Winterburn covering, he was always pressurising, always shoving him out there, and he got the final touch as well. Corner quickly taken. Now with Venison. And Lee let it run, and Miller down, and again, and Lee followed in. And that's a corner kick. Lee quite entitled, according to the referee, to challenge for that one all the way. Miller needing a couple of goes at it. Sellers through for Fox, and he ran out of pitch. Robert Lee's been in such excellent scoring form. There was a nice dummy there that opened it up and left Bold out of the way. Miller got down and nearly saw the ball run agonisingly away from him. Into the last 5 minutes of the season. Lee making the run, flag stayed down. Lee now, Cole is there as well. Here's Robert Lee. Well, how did I do that, he said. Well, he's put away other more difficult chances than that recently. Beautiful weighted ball by Scott Sellers. Great run from Lee. Looked up, knew what he wanted to do. Didn't think he needed the options to his side and put it wide. And Cole and Fox said, "What are you playing at?" Really should have been 3-0. Venison forward. Beardsley prepared to give it a chase. Bold knocks it back. Coolness itself. Nielsen. A fine ball out wide for Beresford. What there for Linnigan. Moreau. Smith. Parlour. The Wolf whistle start. do an awful lot for his proudest team.
The team will come out and do a circle of the stadium, reminded there's nobody on the pitch. So please remain in position at the end of the game, remain seated, and everybody will see you.
Getting away from Venison, or nearly anyway. But Newcastle number 2 quick to recover. Here's Venison again. Through for Cole. Wanted it to roll into his stride. It just wasn't hit quite that hard, but it was really accurate. Now Beardsley. Through for Lee. But Parlour can play it forward again. Wright, let it run. Wright might have a go now at Nielsen. Wright. And Wright, good defending by Nielsen. Smith got a foot in, and Venison there to help out. Beresford now. Cole trying to get away again. Beardsley. Good tackle by Adams. And again, last minutes of the season, and still Adams getting stuck in. Lee for Fox. Can Newcastle sign off in style? Cole over the top. Well, he's been burying them like that for 9.5 months. Fox, it may be all academic, but they won't like missing that one. Heading, not the strongest part of his repertoire, but I'm sure he'd have expected to hit the target with that one. Well, he's in the record books anyway, but rather like Brian Lara, I'd like to keep the old scoreboard ticking over for as long as possible. Venison. Oh, Venison getting a bang in the face. Referee still keeping play moving while Venison looks after himself. Only seconds to go. Still manages to find his man. Beardsley. Linigan lets that one go. Arsenal can content themselves with the European Cup Winners' Cup as company on the trip back south to London. It was their main target for the week, and they can afford to be philosophical about this defeat. Newcastle, after that disappointing performance at Sheffield United last week, were very determined to end a great campaign on the right note. They may still do that even more so if they can find the net here. Venison down, Beardsley are desperate to finish on a goal-scoring note. Fox into the middle there. Linigan away. Parlour heads it on. Beresford picks it up. A minute of stoppage time at the end of a long season. Referee checks his watch again. Wright losing out. Venison. Fox. One last attack. So many attacks in this season by Newcastle. So much good football. And in truth, so much entertainment for Newcastle's adoring fans. Free kick. Coming up to a couple of minutes of stoppage time, and referee Roger Dilks bring down the curtain on a memorable season here for Newcastle United. Peter Beardsley's team finish up third in the table. Tremendous applause all around the ground. Cole and Wright swapping shirts there, and the acknowledgement by Wright, one of the country's great goal scorers, about the contribution made by Andy Cole. Two men who were together at Highbury, both showing terrific mutual respect in the goal scorers club. Beardsley What a homecoming season it's been for the Newcastle skipper. And well may they shake hands amongst each other. Arsenal, the European Cup Winners' Cup holders, go off. Their business done for this season. Another trophy on the sideboard. But Newcastle, third in the Premiership. The target is now Europe. And these players go back into the dressing room, and Newcastle will return in a moment for another lap of honour. The final scoreline today, a winning one for Newcastle. Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. On the Blue Star match, we'll take a break now, but we'll be back as Newcastle take a lap of honour and the applause from St James's Park.
Losing your keys and being locked out might spoil your enjoyment of McEwen's Lager. Let's hear it for Plan B.
Well, they've been waiting so patiently, perfectly behaved. And Newcastle United's players come out to take the applause and give the applause. Andy Cole there, what a season. 41 goals, presuming today's is one of his. The record breaker. Terry McDermott, Kevin Keegan's right-hand man and such a key everyday influence at training. He's bright and breezy and always with a smile on his face. Newcastle have had such a great team spirit and morale, and the McDermotts of this world behind the scenes have certainly played their part.
Peter, what a way to finish, Peter. Yeah, it makes it all worthwhile. I mean, to win the game is a bonus, you know, that's what we tried to do, and I think we fully deserve to win. What about these supporters? Well, I'm lucky I've experienced them before, and it just shows they're the best in the world.
It's been a good blend. Newcastle, old stagers, key players who've been around football at the highest level and really know what it's about. The Barry Venisons and Paul Bracewells of this world, and the Peter Beardsleys, of course. The players who've come in and developed, like Robert Lee and Will Fox for the future, and John Beresford in the last year or so, and the youngsters too who've played their part. Steve Watson, Alan Nielsen, Robbie Elliott, who's now injured, Lee Clark, of course, all welded together by this man, Kevin Keegan. You'll remember the day that he ran around this pitch in a black and white shirt, having inspired promotion as a player. He inspired it as a manager, and the work he has started has just gone on and on.
Fantastic scenes, Barry. Unbelievable. I think it just epitomises our season. For a surprise is really as far as we've got. I think we thoroughly deserve it. These fans deserve what they've got this season, and hopefully it'll improve for next season. But this club's getting bigger and bigger. Unfortunately, the stadium's not big enough to hold all the fans that want to come in.
A few scarves and hats being thrown out there. Chris Holland, another one for the future, who came in and looked so impressive in a short spell here. Darren Peacock, you can see, £2.7 million investment. Further evidence that Newcastle will spend when it's necessary to get in there in the big time.
What a way to finish, to go out and start beating Arsenal like that. Yeah, you know, I thought first half it wasn't going to happen because one side really was tired after Wednesday and another side just wasn't doing enough to win it, but
After that, sorry, do you know Real Fox? 2.2 we'd call him. Have you met Andy Cole? Who? Exactly. No, tremendous, and we've got to try and better that, and there's room to better it. To be fair, it's not as if we've won anything, but I think we've won the heart of the nation with the way we've played, and you're going to get short odds about us winning something next year. So I'm delighted for everybody at Newcastle. You look around, and we're going into the next century, hopefully.
So the players take their final bow of a tremendous season. Entertainment all the way here at St James's Park. Brings to an end 9 memorable months. Certainly hope you've enjoyed our coverage here and enjoyed the football we've brought you on the Blue Star match. And we'll leave the final word to Kevin Keegan.
We love it when we're on a Blue Star soccer match. We've had some real old goal-feasts in this time, and we've had the odd battle, but yeah, we enjoy it, and I think all the people do. It's certainly brought the football club into focus for a lot of people who, for various reasons, some of them because we've been sold out obviously, can't actually get to the match itself, and they're proving a great success both from the brewery's point of view and from the club. And I mean, that's the way we've got to work. We work as a team and as a partnership, and it's one that's going to get better and better.